Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpati Gopesha Gopika Kante Radha Kante Namostute Tapta Kanchan Gorangi Radhe Vrindaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudire. Bolo Sri Radhe Golokananda Bhagwan ki jai.
Jai.
Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.
Jai.
Hare Krishna jai.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna.
Krishna Shri Prabhu. That's nice. Now we can see you. That's good.
Yeah.
All right. It's cool. Let's start श्रीमद् भागवतम. जैसा कि हम लोग पढ़ रहे हैं कल we were on 12th श्लोक and वानरदेव ने 3 स्टेप्स की जगह पे 2 स्टेप्स तो ले लिए हैं, right? And third step still is there. And वामन देव के साथ गरुड़ जी जो थे, he has बलि महाराज को बंदी बना लिया है, right? And the conversation is going on. At that time, Prahlad Maharaj appears. Yeah? And Prahlad Maharaj is, who is Bali Maharaj of Prahlad Maharaj?
Grandson.
Grandson,
Maharaj
right?
is grandson of Prahlad Maharaj.
Right. Yeah? So Bali Maharaj is, of course, none other than grandson of Prahlad Maharaj. So he is, of course, also a great devotee. And that's what we'll read at this point. So, Anilji.
Shri Shuka Uvacha Tasye Tattam Vashmanasya Prahlado Bhagavad Priyaha Ajigam Kurushrestha Raka Patir Bhotithaha. Sukadev Goswami said, O best of the Kurus, while Bali Maharaj was describing his fortunate position in this way, the most dear devotee of the Lord, Prahlad Maharaj, appeared there, like the moon rising in the night time. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Prahlado Bhagavad Priyaha. Yeah. Shri Prabhu.
Yes, Prabhuji. Yeah. Tamindrasena Swapitamaha Shriya Virajmanam Nalinayeteshanam Pramshum Pishadambaramajanti Visham Pralambabahum Subhargashbhamachet. Then Bali Maharaj saw his grandfather, Prahlad Maharaj, the most fortunate personality whose dark body resembled black ointment for the eyes. His tall, elegant figure was dressed in yellow garments. He had long arms, and his beautiful eyes were like the petals of a lotus. He was very dear and pleasing to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Swapitamaham. Yeah. he was very dear and pleasing to everyone. Prahlad Maharaj. Ajay?
तस्मै बलिवारुण पाशयनित्रतः समर्हणं नोपजहार पूर्वव्रत ननाम मूर्धना शिवविलोचनः सबीडनीच नचीन मुखो बभूवः. Being bound by the ropes of Varun, Bali Maharaj could not offer befitting respect to Prahlad Maharaj as he had before. Rather, he simply offered respectful obeisances with his head, his eyes being inundated with tears, and his face lowered in shame. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so Bali Maharaj is offering respectful obeisances, of course, to Prahlad Maharaj. Yeah, with his head, his eyes being inundated with tears. Says Namama Murdhan and Asru Vilolochana. Yeah, with the tears in his eyes, he is paying obeisances to Prahlad Maharaj. Tatrihasin Mudiksha Satpatim Harim Sunanda Adhyanu Gerupasitam Upetya Bhumo Sirsha Mahamana Nanama Mudnana Udaka Ashru Viklavaha. When the great personality Prahlad Maharaj saw that Supreme Lord was sitting there, surrounded and worshipped by his intimate associates like Sunanda, he was overwhelmed with tears of jubilation. Approaching the Lord and falling to the ground, he offered obeisances to the Lord with his head. Yeah. Then Prahlad Maharaj offers the obeisances to the Supreme Lord, and of course, Pulak Ashru with Lavaha, right? With tears of jubilation, he bows down to the Lord. Anilji?
Shri Prahladu Vacha Tvayaiva Dattam Padmaindra Murjitam Hrutam Tadevadya Tathaiva Shobhanam Manye Mahanasya Kruto Hyanugraho Vivranshito Yachriya Atma Mohanat. Prahlad Maharaj said, My Lord, it is your Lordship who gave this Bali the very great opulence of the post of Heavenly King, and now today it is you who have taken it all away. I think you have acted with equal beauty in both ways, because his exalted position as King of Heaven was putting him in the darkness of ignorance. You have done him a very merciful favor by taking away all his opulence. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so interestingly, see what's going on, right? Prahlad Maharaj is actually telling Supreme Personality of Godhead, Vaman Dev, is there. Yeah, Manne Mahanasya Krito Anugraho. Like you are the one who gave everything to Bali Maharaj. You are the one who is taking away everything, right? And so what you have done is you have done him a very merciful favor by taking away all the opulences, is what he is saying. Anugraho, right? Is what Prahlad Maharaj is saying. Shiv Prabhu? Oh, you are on mute, Prabhu.
Yaya hi vidwanapi muharte yat stat ko vichchaste gatimatmano yatha tasmai namaste jagdishwaraya vai Narayanayak Lokasai Chine. Material opulence is so bewildering that it makes even a learned, self-controlled man forget to search for the goal of self-realization. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Narayana, the Lord of the universe, can see everything by his will. Therefore, I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Here Prahlad Maharaj is saying that, of course, what is the goal of human life is the self-realization, is to go back to Godhead, right? But once the material opulence is there, yeah, even the self-controlled men forget to search for the goal of self-realization. They get distracted. But what he's saying is, Tasme Namaste Jagad Ishwaraya. Prahlad Maharaj is doing the obeisances to the Jagat Ishwaraya, right? Because he's also saying, Narayanai Akhil Lok Sakshine. Yeah, he's the one, he can see everything by his will. Is what how Prahlad Maharaj is glorifying Vamandev. Ajay?
Yeah. Shri Shuk Uvach Tasya Tasyanushrvanto Rajan Prahladasya Kritanjale Hiranya Garbho Bhagwan Uvach Madhusudanam. Sukhdev Goswami continued, O King Parikshit, Lord Brahma then began to speak to the Supreme Personality of Godhead within the hearing of Prahlad Maharaj, who stood nearby with folded hands. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? So Hiranyagarbha is the Lord Brahma. He started speaking to Madhusudanam, right? To Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna, Karun.
Hare Krishna. Badham Vishya Patim Sadhvi Tat Patni Bhav Vihilya Rajajali Pranatopendra Prabha Sheswa Bhagra Mukhi Nrupa. But Bali Mahārāja's chaste wife, afraid and aggrieved at seeing her husband arrested, immediately offered obeisance to Lord Vamandeva Upendra. She folded her hands and spoke as follows. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And we know that Bali Maharaj's wife, do you know what was her name? Yeah, Bali Maharaj's wife was Vindhyavali, right? If you remember, right? Says although Lord Brahma was speaking, he had to stop for a while because Bali Maharaj's wife Vindhyavali, who was very agitated and afraid, wanted to say something. So here Vindhyavali then speaks. Yeah. Sri Vindhyavali Ruvacha Kriratmatmana idam Trijagat Kritam te Swamyam tu tatra kudyo aparayishe kuryu hai Kartu hai prabhu stav ki masya tavahanti Tyaktaryastav dar ropita kartavada hai. Srimati Vindhyavali. Srimati Vindhyavali said, "O my Lord, you have created the entire universe for the enjoyment of your personal pastimes, but foolish, unintelligent men have claimed proprietorship for material enjoyment. Certainly, they are shameless agnostics, falsely claiming proprietorship. They think they can give charity and enjoy. In such a condition, what good can they do for you, who are the independent creator, maintainer, and annihilator of this universe?" Right? So even Vindhyavali is actually praying to the Lord, and she's saying, like, just by doing the donation, nothing can be done, right? Anil?
Yeah. Shri Brahmovacha Bhut Bhavan Bhutesh Deva Deva Jaganmaya Muchainam Hat Sarvasvam Nayamarhiti Nigraham. Lord Brahma said, O well-wisher and master of all living entities, O worshipful deity of all the demigods, O all-pervading personality of Godhead, now this man has been sufficiently punished, for you have taken everything. Now you can release him. He does not deserve to be punished more. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So now Lord Brahmaji is saying, right? Lord Brahmaji is glorifying Lord Vishnu, of course, right? And he's saying, Bhut Bhavan, like means he's the well-wisher of everyone. Bhutesha, like he is the Ish of everyone, every Jeev, right? Master of all living entities. He is of course Deva, deity of all the Devatas, and Jaganmaya. Yeah, Jaganmaya is all pervading personality of Godhead. That's how Lord Brahmaji is addressing Supreme Personality of Godhead. And he's saying that Bali Maharaj has been sufficiently punished now. He doesn't deserve to be punished anymore. Yeah, is what Lord Brahmaji is telling to Vamandev. Ajay?
Kritsana te anen dattah bhuloka karma jatashva ye niveditam cha sarvasvamatma vikalavya dhiya. Bali Maharaj had already offered everything to your lordship. Without hesitation, he has offered his land, the planets, and whatever else he has earned by his pious activities, including even his own body. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. If you remember the third step, yeah, Bali Maharaj said he can put on his head, right? And so what Lord Brahmaji is saying that he has given you everything, right? So he should not be punished anymore. Shri Prabhu?
Yeah. Yat padyorashtati dhiha salilam pradai durva kudrapi vidhai satim saparyama apyuktamam gatimaso bhajate trilokim davashranvilakva manah kathamarti mrichete. By offering even water, newly grown grass, or flower buds at your lotus feet, those who maintain no mental duplicity can achieve the most exalted position within the spiritual world. This Bali Maharaj, without duplicity, has now offered everything in the three worlds. How can he deserve to suffer from arrest? Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And who is saying this right now?
Is it Narad Muni is saying?
Brahma, right? Lord Brahma?
Lord Brahma.
Lord Brahma, yeah. Sorry.
So Lord Brahma is saying, and Lord Brahma is saying this to Vamandev, right? That even if somebody, Patram Pushpam Phalam, right? Even if they offer you something, this, yeah, and you, they can achieve the exalted position within the spiritual world, even by just offering you a grass, water, and flower. So Bali Maharaj, of course, has offered you everything in three worlds. How can then he deserve to suffer from arrest? Is what Lord Brahma himself is asking to Amandev. Arun?
In Bhagavad Gita 9.26, it is stated, Patram pushpam phalam toyam yo me bhaktya prayachati tad aham bhakti upahartratam asnami prayatatmanah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is so kind that if an unsophisticated person with devotion and without duplicity offers at the lotus feet of the Lord a little water, a flower, a fruit, or a leaf, the Lord accepts it. Then the devotee is promoted to Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. Brahma drew the Lord's attention to this subject and requested that he release Bali Maharaj, who was suffering, being bound by the ropes of Varuna, and who had already given everything, including the three worlds and whatever he possessed. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Brahmanayam nu grihami tadvisho vidunomyaham yan madha purusha stabdo lokam mamacha manyate the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Lord Brahma, because of material opulence, a foolish person becomes dull-witted and mad. Thus he has no respect for anyone within the three worlds and defies even my authority. To such a person, I show special favor by first taking away all his possessions. Is what Vaman Devi is replying to Lord Brahma. Yeah, Anilji?
A civilization that has become godless because of material advancement in opulence is extremely dangerous. Because of great opulence, a materialist becomes so proud that he has no regard for anyone and even refuses to accept the authority of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The result of such a mentality is certainly very dangerous. To show a special favor, the Lord sometimes makes an example of someone like Bali Maharaj, who was now bereft of all his possessions. Hare Krishna.
Yeah. Yada kada jivatma samsharan nij karma bhiha nana yo nishvanisho ayam Parushim Gati Ma Vrajit. While rotating in the cycle of birth and death again and again in different species, because of his own fruitive activities, the dependent living entity, by good fortune, may happen to become a human being. The human birth is very rarely obtained. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Lord Vamandev, right, who is none other than avatar of Lord Vishnu, is telling this to Lord Brahma, right, that yada kadachi jivatma sansaran nij karma bhi nana yoni, yeah. So death and birth, and then he gets born as a different species. But when there's a good fortune, parushim gatim avrajet, like by good fortune may happen to become a human being. And this human birth is very rarely obtained. And that's why we read again and again that human birth is like a reward, right? Is very rarely obtained. And we should not be wasting that. Because after so many cycles of birth and death, and based on the previous karmas, you get human birth. And so, because it's so rarely obtained, and you know it's a limited time frame, right? As a human being, we know it's a limited time frame. It doesn't matter. Maybe some 100 years, maybe 150 max, right? But we know it's limited. And so that time should not be wasted.
Prabhuji, at this point of time, like Prahlad Maharaj is actually alive, or is it that, he just appeared from heaven?
Oh, no. So this is when Bali Mahārāja is there, right? So Bali,
No.
he was alive at that time. This is when Bali, he's Bali Mahārāja's grandfather, right?
Correct. So, because that's what I'm asking, that Prahlad Maharaj is alive, physically alive at this time? Okay.
Yes.
It's
at
not that,
chapter.
okay.
Yes. Oh, no, I
Okay.
thought you were asking if it at this time. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, at that time he was, he was. Yes. Hare Krishna, Isha.
Hare Krishna.
Want to read?
Yeah. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is fully independent. Thus, it is not always a fact that a living being's loss of all opulence is a sign of the Supreme Lord's mercy upon him. The Lord can act in any way he likes. He may take away one's opulence, or he may not. There are varieties of forms of life, and the Lord treats them according to the circumstances as he chooses. Generally, it is to be understood that the human form of life is one of great responsibility. Purusha prakriti stohi bhungte prakriti jnana gunan karanam guna sangosya sadasad yoni janmasu. The living entity in material nature follows the ways of life, enjoying the three modes of nature. This is due to his association with that material nature. Thus he meets with good and evil amongst various species. After thus rotating through many forms of life in the cycle of birth and death, the living being gets a chance for a human form. Therefore, every human being, especially one belonging to a civilized nation or culture, must be extremely responsible in his activities. He should not risk degradation in the next life. Because the body will change, tatha dehantara praptir, we should be extremely careful. To see to the proper use of life is the purpose of Krishna consciousness. The foolish living entity declares freedom from all control, but factually he is not free. He is fully under the control of material nature. He must therefore be most careful and responsible in the activities of his life. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And we know, right, what is the most perfection of a human life, right? What is it which a human being should be achieving, right? The highest goal, the highest perfection in life is what? For a human being.
Loving and serving Krishna.
Right, yeah. Loving and serving Krishna is like surrendering to Lord Sri Krishna. And how do you surrender? Is by loving and serving, right? By doing the Navada Bhakti, which is Shravanam, Kirtanam, Vishnu Ishmaranam, yeah, Padasevanam, Archanam, Dasham, Sakyam. So devotional service is going to lead us to the highest perfection of life. Shivram?
Yeah. Janma karma vayorupi vidhay sharyadhanamidhibhyah yadhyasya na bhavat stambhastratrayam madranugraha. If a human being is born in an aristocratic family or a higher status of life, if he performs wonderful activities, if he is youthful, if he has personal beauty, a good education and good wealth, and if he is nonetheless not proud of his opulences, it is to be understood that he is specially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And as we know, Vaman Devi is replying to Lord Brahmaji, right? Lord Brahma is asking Bali Mahārāja to be released, and that's where Vaman Devi is replying, and he's even saying that if a human being is born, yeah, with his karma, yeah, he says his why is like youth, roop, vidya, aishwarya, dhan, right? All those things, and still if he is not very proud of his opulences, he is still very humble, then it is understood that he is specially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is what is mentioned. Tarun? Tarun? Ajay?
When in spite of possessing all these opulences, a person is not proud, this means that he is fully aware that all his opulences are due to the mercy of Supreme Personality of Godhead. He therefore engages all his possessions in the service of the Lord. A devotee known very well that everything, even his body, belongs to the Supreme Lord. If one lives perfectly in such Krishna consciousness, it is to be understood that he is especially favored by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The conclusion is that one's being deprived of his wealth is not to be considered the special mercy of the Lord. If one continues in his opulent position but also does not become unnecessarily proud, falsely thinking that he is the proprietor of everything, then this is the Lord's special mercy. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what is mentioned is one may be opulent, but as long as he doesn't think he is the proprietor of everything is surrendered to the Lord, that's supposed to be Lord's special mercy, is what is mentioned. Hare Krishna, Tarun.
Manastambha nimittanam janmadatnam samantataha sarvashreya pratipanam hantamiham na mata matpara. Although aristocratic birth and other such opulences are impediments to advancement in devotional service, because they are causes of false prestige and pride, these opulences never disturb a pure devotee of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. ईशुदानुधित्या नाम गणी है कृति कीर्ति वर्धन है अजय सिद्धया मायाम सिद्ध अन्नपी न मुहाति. Bali Maharaj has become the most famous among the demons and non-believers, for in spite of being bereft of all material opulences, he is fixed in his devotional service. So as you know, Bali Maharaj, everything has been taken away by Lord Vamandev, and he is still not giving, like he is still totally devoted, he is still totally surrendered to Lord Vamandev. And that's why he has become the most famous, and he is the highest devotee, is what is being mentioned here. Right? Hare Krishna, Rasikyam Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, nice to see you. पढ़ेंगे?
हाँ, पढ़ता हूँ. In this verse, the word in this verse, the word क्या है ये?
Siddhanapi.
हाँ,
Siddhanapi na muhyati.
Siddhanapi na muhyati are very important. A devotee is sometimes put into adversity while executing devotional service. In the adversity, everyone laments and becomes aggrieved, but by the grace of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, a devotee, even in the worst condition, can understand that he is going through a severe examination by the Personality of Godhead. Bali Maharaj passed all such examination as explained in the following verses. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah, so everyone is thinking like everything is taken away from Bali Maharaj. But what is being mentioned here is he is going through these conditions and he is passing through all his examinations, is what we are going to see. Anilji?
Chimeric Chatu Sthanat Kshipto Baddhaksh Shatrubhi Yati Vischa Parityakto Yatna Manuyapitah Guruna Bhartista Shapto Jaho Satyam Na Subratah Shalay Rupto Maya Dharmo Nayam Tejati Satyavak. Although bereft of his riches, fallen from his original position, defeated and arrested by his enemies, rebuked and deserted by his relatives and friends, although suffering the pain of being bound and although rebuked and cursed by his spiritual master, Bali Maharaj, being fixed in his vow, did not give up his truthfulness. It was certainly with pretension that I spoke about religious principles, but he did not give up religious principles for he is true to his word. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. And who is saying this right now? Who is speaking?
Brahmaji.
Lord, yeah.
Lord Vamandev, right? Lord Vamandev is responding to Brahmaji, right? Brahmaji is asking Bali Maharaj to be released, and then Vamandev is saying that yes, even though he has, chale rupto maya dharmo, he did that, but the Bali Maharaj still did not give up religious principles, but true to his word, is what Lord Vamandev is replying to Brahmaji. Yeah. He is basically creating a condition where he's saying that Bali Maharaj is a great devotee, right? Even though he went through all these conditions, he's still a great devotee, is what Lord Vamandev is replying as. Shri Prabhu?
Esha me prapita sthanam dushprapam mam rapi savarne rantrasyam bhavitendro madashreha. The Lord continued, because of his great tolerance, I have given him place not obtainable even by the demigods. He will become king of the heavenly planets during the period of the Manu known as Sabarni. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So this is so important. So what happens then is, so Lord Vamandev is telling Lord Brahmaji is that because of his great tolerance, right? How Bali Maharaj has surrendered everything to Lord Vishnu, what Lord Vishnu has given him, right? What he's saying, Esame prapita stanam. He's saying, dus prapam is like very difficult to get. For whom? Amare rapi. Amare is devatas. Right? Even this stan is very difficult for devatas to obtain. And what is that stan? Savarne ra antarashayam. What is Savarne? Is the next Manu, right? Savarni.
Yes.
Manu known as Savarni. If you remember,
Yes.
we studied about all the Manus, right? Do you remember what is the current
Yes.
Manu? Who is the current Manu?
Vaivasvat Manu.
Vaivasvat Manu, yes, sir. So Vaivasvat Manu is the current Manu, and we actually remembered all the 14 Manus. I don't know if you remember that now, right? Who is the first Manu? Let's just revise it very quickly. Who is the first Manu? I think first Manu we all of us know, right? Lord Brahmaji's son. Lord Brahmaji is known as Shambhu, so Shambhu Manu, yeah? So Shambhu Manu was the first Manu. Then we had Swarochish Manu, and then we had Uttam Manu, Tamas, and Revat, who are the sons of Priyavrat Maharaj. Priyavrat Maharaj was brother of Shambhu Manu. Yeah. And then Chakshush Manu was the sixth Manu, and then Vaivasvat Manu is the seventh Manu. The eighth Manu. So we are in the seventh Manu. We are the sons of Vaivasvat Manu. The next Manu is Savarni Manu. And in the next Manu Antar, Savarni Bali Maharaj is going to be Lord Indra. Yeah, he is going to be the king of all the devatas. Remember, after Savarni, do you remember who the next Manus are? That was easy to remember because everything was Savarni, right? So like the Daksha Savarni, the Brahma Savarni, right?
Yeah.
Rudra Savarni, and Indra Savarni and Dev Savarni, right? I said in a different order, but that's the next 7 Manus. Because there are total 14 Manus in one day of Lord Brahma. Yeah? One day of Lord Brahma, there are 14 Manus. One day is 4,032,000,000 years. In that, we have 14 Manus. Each Manu is there for almost 71 times 4,032,4.32 million years, right? That's the duration of each Manu. And and currently 7th Manu. So what Lord Vishnu is giving to Bali Maharaj, right? We are thinking that all those things happened. Vamandev has taken away everything from Bali Maharaj. But in fact, he is now saying that he will become king of the heavenly planets during the period of the Manu known as Savani. Bhavit Indro Mad Asraya hai. Yeah. And also and the Savani Manu Antar. So actually, and there is much more to come, but I think we'll pause here at this point. And then we'll continue next Monday, yeah? And he's also saying that, yeah, and Bali Maharaj will always remain under the Lord's protection, is what is mentioned. Yeah, actually, let's complete this purport. This Isha.
This is the mercy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Even if the Lord takes away a devotee's material opulences, the Lord immediately offers him a position of which the demigods cannot even dream. There are many examples of this in the history of devotional service. One of them is the opulence of Sudama Vipra. Sudama Vipra suffered severe material scarcity, but he was not disturbed and did not deviate from devotional service. Thus, he was ultimately given an exalted position by the mercy of Lord Krishna. Here, the word Mad Ashraya is very significant. Because the Lord wanted to give Bali Mahārāja the exalted position of Indra, the demigods might naturally have been envious of him and might have fought to disturb his position. But the Supreme Personality of Godhead assured Bali Mahārāja that he would always remain under the Lord's protection. Mad Ashraya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yeah? Mad Ashraya hai, right? Under the protection of Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we'll pause here and we'll do a nice kirtan. I will hear it for 6-7 minutes. Yeah. Hare Krishna Prem. Let's hear the kirtan for 7 minutes.
जय जय नारायण नारायण हरे हरे जय जय नारायण नारायण हरे हरे श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण हरे हरे श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण हरे हरे हाँ तेरे लीला सबसे नारी नारी हरे हरे तेरी लीला सबसे नारी नारी हरे हरे श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण हरे हरे श्रीमन्नारायण नारायण हरे हरे हरि ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण हरि ओम नमो नारायण ओम नमो नारायण हरि 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 ओम नमो
All right, so it's a nice, blissful reading about Lord Vaman Dev. We'll continue to read next Monday. And I'll again revise all the Manus names, right? So again, remember, we don't forget that. We are, of course, Evaswat Manu's Santan, right? This 7th Manu Mantra. And it's very interesting that all the future Manus are also mentioned, right? Even future Indra Devi is also mentioned. I know Lord Brahmaji is also somewhere mentioned, who is going to be Lord Brahma in the next Manu Mantra. in the next Brahma. The Brahmaji's life is 350 trillion years, right? And this is just one day of Lord Brahma when we see 14 Manus. So yeah, we'll do that. So we'll see you all next Monday. Enjoy the long weekend.
Okay.
Monday, 9:30 p.m. Yeah. And thank you, Rasiksha Prabhuji, for joining in your darshan. So nice to see you.
Pray, please pray, so that I can continue.
Of course. You will always continue whether on any platform.
Yeah.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Jai
Hare
Prabhu,
Krishna,
Prabhu.
everyone.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. नए चेहरे भी दिख रहे हैं.
We have Prem sir. I don't know if you have seen Prem.
अच्छा.
And then of course you have seen Anil ji. So you know Ajay, Tarun was there. So yeah, no, pretty much same. आप काफी time के बाद आज join कर रहे हैं. Nice to see you. And yeah, it's India time is so Rasiksham Prabhuji, Prem sir, I don't know if you know. So Rasiksham Prabhuji is direct disciple of Radhanath Swami Maharaj in Chopati, Mumbai.
Oh.
And Radhanath Maharaj is like one of the highest, well-respected and regarded ISKCON Maharaj. And he is, like for example, when Modi ji came to White House, Radhanath Swami Maharaj was there for the dinner that time. And like in Ambani's wedding and all those places, because he is situated in Chopati, right? He's he's always there with all those invitations and everything else. But very humble, and very nice. And of course, Rasiksham Prabhuji is good to have. A lot of his knowledge. Rasiksham Prabhuji does a lot of yajna and everything else too in Mumbai.
Okay.
Oh, Seva also.
And Gosala, I forgot to mention, actually, he
Oh.
runs a Gosala, actually. If anyone actually is a Shraddh Paksh, if anyone wants to contribute to his Gosala, definitely do that too.
गौशाला कहाँ मुंबई के आसपास ही है?
मुंबई के आसपास.
अच्छा.
या कैसी चल रही है प्रभु जी? बहुत टाइम से बात नहीं हुई है.
ना अच्छा चल रहा है.
सब ठीक है?
कहाँ पे है वैसे ऋतिक जी?
पोजीशन पे है.
कहाँ पे है?
विरार के पास गांव में.
विरार के पास. ओके. कितनी कितनी गौ माता है वहाँ?
24.
अच्छा.
अच्छा.
24 प्रभु जी ने अभी भी धीरे धीरे शुरू करी थी, अभी 1-2 साल पहले. गो सेवा में लगे हुए हैं.
बहुत बढ़िया.
वेरी नाइस.
5 साल हो गया धीरे धीरे. 5th
चलो.
year.
वाव. Nice. Prabhu ji also translate some books and all that. Actually. इन दिनों में कोई बुक करी है प्रभु जी? इन दिनों में कोई बुक ट्रांसलेशन करी है?
कांचीपुरम के प्रभु जी का कर रहा था, लेकिन डिस्टर्बेंस के वजह से थोड़ा डिसकंटिन्यू हो गया.
ओके.
लेकिन अभी रिज्यूम करूंगा.
तो यहाँ हो जाएगा आपको तो शुरू.
वैसे रसी जी कहाँ से हैं आप?
मेरा नेटिव प्लेस बिहार है.
नहीं, वो तो आपके बोलने से ही समझ में आता है मुझे.
प्रेम सर भी बिहार से है, इसलिए हमको समझ आ गया.
अच्छा.
कहाँ बिहार में कहाँ से?
चंपारण नेपाल बॉर्डर.
हाँ. अच्छा. ओके. चंपारण हमारा ननिहाल हुआ करता है. जाते थे.
अच्छा.
रक्सौल, बीरगंज.
अभी नेपाल ने कुछ तो पानी छोड़ दिया उधर, सुना मैंने.
वो तो
हाँ,
हमेशा
बहुत बाढ़ आ गया.
वो हमेशा की बात. वो उनके पास देयर इज नो कोऑर्डिनेशन बिटवीन नेपाल एंड इंडिया. छोड़ते हैं और यहाँ बाढ़ आ जाती है. इट्स ऑलवेज इट्स अ yearly, if not every bi-yearly situation there.
Yeah, big problem to solve. Actually, all the rivers. But cool, so nice to see everyone, and I will see you on Monday again.
Yeah, sure.
9:30 Eastern time and 7 o'clock morning time, Prabhuji India time. So, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.